So hey guys, it's Zion again, and this video is not about Battlefield 4. It is about gaming, but not video gaming. If you're in the know about the role-playing game tabletop scene, you'll know that there's a new game come out from Monte Cook, one of the designers of 3.5 D&D, called Numenera, and I wanted to talk about that and sort of my history with the genre. I was a role-playing game designer for a small press back, it's been a while. Long story short, the company closed down for logistical reasons, but I've always wanted to have my hand in role-playing game design, because it's one of those things that it's a medium in which stories are told that are completely player-centric. It's very much an open-world genre with a guide. Instead of the game being the game master, you have a game master, being the game master. And that's always something I've liked, and I like the fact that with role-playing games, you can really tell any story you want to tell as a game master, and you can be a part of any story that you can think of as a player, because the creativity is left completely up to the game master to create the world, create the gods, create the weaponry. If you want to do future, past, present. For example, Numenera is 1 billion years in the future, but it's called the Ninth World because it's a world built on the backs of our world and the 7 worlds that follow us. Say, I haven't gotten too far into it. But one of the things that I really want to start doing, and I really think Numenera will let me do it because it's reigniting that fire in me, is start getting designing again. And Monte Cook Games has put out their limited use license, which for a $50 fee allows me as a designer a royalty-free access to the Numenera brand to create, as long as I'm not making over $2,000, my own Numenera product. Now, it won't, of course, be sanctioned by Monte Cook Games. I have to go through them and get the license signed up. But it's money that I'm making myself. And me being a grad student with no real history of monetization in the industry, and the only credits to my name several years old, I won't be making big bucks, but it's something that I think I will really want to sink my teeth into, because I want to know more about the publishing industry, and especially the RPG publishing industry, because I've always followed it, and I've always enjoyed it. And I know that, for example, art is fantastically expensive. You might pay $500 for a 1920 by 1080 print that you put in your book, and then that you use as part of the art for your book. And so these books, Numenera, for example, is 416 pages long. Now, granted, he made $500,000 on the Kickstarter campaign, but I don't know how much of that went to art. Probably almost $100,000 was for art alone, because, you know, artists, they have a skill that is, it's not rare, but it's not even uncommon. It's in that space between rare and uncommon. And so they can charge whatever they want, especially if the quality is high, and it's a full color book, and full color printing is an absolute bear as far as monetization is concerned. It's hardcover, again, a huge price thing. But with the PDF publishing industry as it is, especially the PDF publishing industry as it is in the RPG world, you have Drive-Thru RPG, you have RPG Now, you have a whole bunch of self-publishing options, you have Amazon, you have all these different options that all I need is art, layout, some of which I can do myself, and the writing, which of course I will be doing myself. And finally, I have something that will allow me in a setting that that's new and that's not already bloated with content. Pathfinder and Galarian, as much as I would absolutely love to be a designer for Paizo, at this point I would have to spend so much of my time learning all of the extant lore and trying to navigate the space of all the authors that have already done Pathfinder RPG and Galarian stuff, that it just wouldn't be worth the time. Numenera is new, and Monte Cook has always had this special place. Like his book Talus has always been just this little tier above everything Paizo has ever put out. I couldn't tell you why. And Numenera holds that same sort of quality, and I haven't even gotten that far through the book, but already I'm sensing that there's such great room for creativity here. Even though he's well-defined a lot of how the world works, creativity will be rampant, and I personally want to be at the forefront of where Numenera goes in the future, at least from a fan-base side of things. Now, of course, this means I'll probably have to go in and start actually writing again. I'm a poet by training, but I always loved writing prose. I just feel like I was never very good at it to begin with. So it's one of those things I have to just dive in and say, Zion, get going, get writing, and make the world your own.